At 7:45 a.m. Pacific time today, a multiple champion was on the racetrack at Del Mar. There she is. That's Beholder, 2-year-old filly champ, 3-year-old filly champ. It's hard to know what else she needs to accomplish, but her Hall of Fame trainer, Dick Mandela, has picked a very ambitious spot. Here she is training in preparation for the Pacific Classic coming up this weekend. I'm Rich Perloff in Los Angeles. I'm joined by the Sarge, Nick Hines. Nick, how does she look on the racetrack, and what do you think her prospects are as she bids to become the first distapper to win the Pacific Classic?
Well, it's a pretty remarkable feat to consider the fact that she debuted June 28th of 2012, and now we find ourselves August 17th of 2015, a 13-time winner. She's never faced the boys. There had been some talk during her career that there might be a possibility that she could take on the boys via a Breeders' Cup Classic, perhaps. But, very easily done drill under a Hall of Fame rider this morning, Gary Stevens, armchair, if you'll call it that, a 48 flat. And this, of course, coming removed out of the Grade 1 Clement Hurst back on August 1st. This is her second drill. They were both half-mile spins. She does it as champions do, with consummate ease.
Now, she has raced at 1 mile and an 1/8. That's the furthest she's ever gone. She's done it twice. She finished a very good second behind Princess of Sylmar in the Kentucky Oaks when that filly was as sharp as a tack. And then, of course, her blowout victory going 9 panels in the Breeders' Cup Distaff at the end of her 3-year-old campaign. 1.25 miles for a horse by Henny Hughes, or do we just wipe pedigree off the slate at this point because she's something so extraordinary?
I think you wipe the pedigree completely off the slate, considering her natural brilliance on display out there on the racetrack, as evidenced by, perfect management on behalf of Hall of Fame trainer Richard Mandela. And what I like most is that you have a trainer that obviously she's had a few of her idiosyncrasies of her own. She's been reluctant to load from time to time. And, she's had a couple of illnesses along the way. So she's been one of those horses you almost have to handle with kid gloves. But coming out of the Grade 1 Clement Hurst, I envisioned Brittany Urton with both B. Wayne Hughes and a Hall of Fame trainer in that interview. It was pretty evident that this was going to be their next move to go to the TVG Pacific Classic, and why not? You have a mare that is 5 years of age. This will likely be her curtain call season, although she's remained on the racetrack for longer than most would have thought, but that's what we appreciate about B. Wayne Hughes, a true sportsman, and you get a Hall of Fame trainer, he makes smart decisions. I would have to say her chances this weekend are great. And the one thing to consider is she the Ronda Rousey of horse racing. She's a champion. She's proven. Now she's taking on the boys.
I like it.
And the question, you come back in a situation, she takes on her stablemate, Catch a Flight, who will likely be the other horse to beat, a horse that's very sharp. I find it interesting that Gary Stevens will likely remain on Beholder as he'd been riding Catch a Flight.
Yeah, I really think, and I want to echo your sentiments, I think it's really remarkable that she's going to attempt this race in what might be her career finale, because she really has nothing left to prove. But this would be a real legacy maneuver for Beholder if there were any lingering doubts as to her greatness.